Tara and Andy's film reviews on OurGamers.co.uk.
So it is that time again, everyone, for a film review. It's me, Tara Malik, and
me, Andy Baines.
And I'm really excited about this one.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, absolutely.
What are we talking about?
If you haven't seen it yet, you need to. If you've seen it already, you know you want to see it again.
This is spoiler-free.
Absolutely spoiler-free.
No spoilers.
No, just a lot of excitement. We are going to talk Avengers Infinity War. Yes, exactly. This film is classified 12A. Director Anthony Russo and Joe Russo. Starring in this, you got Robert Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo. But let's be real, the cast is actually too massive to mention, as this is the one that they all get together. All these alphas in one movie. So yeah, genre, action, adventure, fantasy. Running time 2 hours and 29 minutes. Oh yeah. And what's it all about? Well, the Avengers and their allies must be willing to sacrifice all in an attempt to defeat the powerful Thanos before his blitz of devastation and ruin puts an end to the universe. How selfish. Anyway, so actually speaking of that, I mean, I always was like, oh, Thanos, he's such a bad guy. What was going on? And then they kind of explain more in this one.
Yeah, I was going to go into characters.
We will go into that. But anyway, I just suddenly remembered. Okay. So, first and foremost, before we get into any categories, it has all led up to this, the film we have been waiting for years. It's been, 10 years? They're doing bits of this, bits of that, bits of this, bits of sequels.
18 films, I think, not including the series is.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So, what I would say, I hope you've seen all of the films. I hope you stayed for the mid and end credit scenes, because they all leave little clues here and there that help towards this final film. So let's get into it, I guess. Story, script, and pace. What have you got, Andy?
It was gripping from the start.
Absolutely.
They had to do this right, though, didn't they?
I mean, I've got brilliant pace from the start to the end. The only thing is, if you're the kind of person who struggles to keep up a bit, it does jump around a bit. However, it's you still get it, but just be prepared that because there is so much going on and so many different groups of people where things are happening and then it all comes together.
They don't. There's not much backstory because you're expected to have seen the previous films.
Yeah,
so it does jump around a bit.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough. I'm not complaining.
Oh, no. It's not a complaint. It's just to make you aware if you're the kind of person who maybe prefers it a bit more slow and steady or whatever. This is fast paced and there's a lot going on and there's a lot of action and it keeps you from start to finish. They don't waste any time getting into it. Let me tell you that.
It's quite unpredictable as well.
As soon as it starts. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I went in there before and thinking, right, this is going to happen, it's going to happen, this is going to happen. I like to say I was wrong.
I know, we sat down and you literally, as we sat down to watch it the first time, might I add, and it was like, so who do you think they're going to kill off? And I was like, oh, how dare you ask me that? Why did I not think of that? And then, so we tried to guess it, but you really can't. So, what else have I got? So they don't waste any time getting into it. Definitely not. They straight away, Andy. Like, what? Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness.
Saying about how they jump around like with the story, they do some backstory that's quite a nice touch as well.
Oh yeah.
Just highlight a few past
that we didn't know.
Yeah.
That was nice, actually. Good point. Very good point.
Thank you. And regarding the script, it's a recent Marvel film. You know, they have some funny comic moments in there. The whole cinema did giggle more than once at certain things. It was great.
I've got that as well. I've got still funny script and funny moments, especially when they're new to each other, so those dynamics between them, the testosterone, men will be men. But I do find that this is the most serious film yet. Like, you thought the others were a bit severe or whatever. It's actually nothing compared to this film. So be prepared. If you're quite an emotional person, bring yourself a box of tissues. You might need it.
I needed it.
So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm welling up. So yeah, and then so much laughter, as we said, from the audience. Really well balanced with the entertainment, but also the low points or the shocking moments as well. You've got gasps from audience and myself. I gasped quite a few times, didn't I? The shock was real because I just didn't expect it. I was just like, what just happened? And then they did it a few times, and I was like, oh. So poor Annie had to keep looking over, making sure she's okay. Is she getting her air? Oh, she's all right. Okay, let's carry on. Really clever build up in this one as well, and the interlinking of previous films to this I thought was very clever. How it has all come together, that culminating to this, and that ending. Dun dun dun. I have to wait a year now. Like, oh my gosh.
I imagine they're not going to touch on it with the Ant-Man film either. So.
No, probably not. It's just like, I have to wait now. Oh, and some truly... Oh, but actually, I'll get to my... I'll let you speak. What have you got?
I've gone through a lot of my points.
I mean, wrap it up in a nutshell. You kind of guess that we're both completely super stoked and happy about this film. But we want to kind of let you know exactly why. I also have some truly epic moments. Thor! Which leads me on to shots. So we've got shot CGI, 3D and IMAX. Thor's entrance, and you will know which one I mean. Oh, trust me. That shot, sort of little sequence bit with the lightning, my goosebumps had goosebumps.
I've got a random note at the end saying
so
felt
good.
chills and felt and feels often, and that was one of them. When it did make me chill. Like the music, the shot, and everything was perfect.
And when we saw it again, I still
Same
got
again.
it. I was like, yes.
Nerd.
I will happily accept it this time.
After 18 films,
Yes.
they can still manage to pull that off.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
For me, that little section, just going back to it, was probably the best shot in the film for me.
If you had to pick one, that is one that comes straight to memory.
It's like, boom, that's it. I mean, don't mess. Do not mess. You have pushed the wrong buttons on this guy. You really have. But it was, it's kind of tough to choose a really good shot in this one because there are so many great shots and powerful shots and moments in this film as well. So, but I guess for me, I kind of like that one. And the CGI is amazing. There's so much detail. Like Thanos, get yourself a good moisturizer, but, and his squad.
Yes.
Like those, oh my gosh. CGI was insane.
Yeah, it is to the point they've got it down to such a way that you can't tell what's CGI and what's not now. So much of it must have been CGI. But you just can't tell nowadays.
No.
They do such a good job with it. And not just
characters, obviously, like backdrops and sets as we're set. Yeah, exactly. But it's just... It's hard. Yeah, I know. Like, it's so good. They blend it so well into the real world. My actual quote was,
so much must be CGI, but it's impossible to tell because it is. Yeah. You cannot see where it starts and finishes nowadays.
And it is great in 3D and IMAX. We did go see it the first time in IMAX, and it was phenomenal. I loved it.
Yeah, my note regarding that was it actually felt like stuff was coming out of the screen rather than just giving depth to the screen, which I prefer that for 3D.
Yeah, same. You want to dodge stuff. So yeah. Action, fight choreography. Ready for that one? Or
Superb action throughout.
Oh, check you out. Yeah, I got fantastic action as well. Love the fight choreography, especially Black Widow and Proxima Midnight.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. And can I just say, possible cosplay with that Proxima.
I know, I think I can pull that off.
But yeah, the little fight sequences, so cool. I love it. The stunts are brilliant in this. I hope people didn't get too badly bruised.
They probably did.
It's worth it though. When they see the end result, they're like, I'm in a hospital bed, but it was worth it. But yeah, don't know why I've just made them 80 years old. But
a huge part of the film is action based, and they've done it so well.
Because that's the thing. Like every sequence, all the different you've got Ant-Man, you've got Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, everyone, and there's and Guardians of the Galaxy, and all these different little threads, and then they've all. Finally, the story, everything, it has come to this one film. So you need to have it action-packed because you know already the backgrounds of, like, it's explained everything. You know the journey. You know about the stones. You kind of know where all the stones are. It's coming to this. This is obviously going to be a sort of end-of-the-world or universe situation. Like, this is a big deal. So, hence the severity of the situation and why it's so serious this time. But yeah, you don't want to just sit there and be like, oh, okay, they're just going to chat for a long time about how bad everything... No, it's not that kind of film. It's going to be action. There
was a bit of action, a little bit of story when they were telling Stark about something, which is in the trailer.
But it's balanced.
And it's straight back into action.
It's so bad. But that's the thing. I felt the film was really exhausting when I watched it the first time. But also, I was buzzing for ages. We spoke to people who worked at the cinema who saw the midnight showing. They got home... We were talking about early hours of the morning, and they're like, what do we do with ourselves? And I was like, that was me. When I went to see it in the evening the following day, I was like, what do I do with myself? So it took me ages to calm down from that film because I couldn't believe it. It was just flashbacks constantly. And then I couldn't wait to go see it again. So all in all, love cast and characters, I suppose. I'm really excited about this one, Andy.
Good. It's like, I see it again.
It's finally time. What? You'll see it again.
Yeah.
See it again? Yeah, all right then.
Third time.
A film, that has rocked my boat.
4DX this time.
Proper. I'm kind of really curious about that. Cast and characters. Oh, Spider-Man is so sweet and innocent. I love his character. I know, it's like my first night. We've got all these characters and I'm like, oh, he's so sweet. He really is, though. They did cast him perfectly.
It was Billy Elliot, wasn't it?
Oh, was it?
I think so.
Was it?
Pretty sure.
I had no idea. Unless I did and I forgot.
Tom Holland.
Yeah. Oh, is this going to be a very interesting... Oh, you mean the film?
Yeah.
Oh,
Billy Elliot, the musical live. Former Billy, who was so...
No way! How cool is that? He was like, I did ballet and now I'm Spider-Man. Okay. What else have I got? Oh, love. Okay, ready for it?
Yep.
I love the introduction of each to the other.
Yes. Oh, I've got to know about that.
I love it. It's brilliantly done. It's just great dynamics. The humour and the competition and the interactions. Oh my goodness. Like, I thought, I mean, some people might not like that sort of humour. I thought it was brilliant. Their paths have finally crossed. It's what we've been waiting for and it's fantastic. I'm happy.
I enjoyed how they split groups up and introduced them
bit by bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rather than just saying, here's Guardians, here's the Avengers.
Yeah, exactly. Just all
say
stick
hi.
them on the earth at the same time and be like, right, guys, here you go. This is everyone and this is what we're trying to do. It was this met them and then they're like, oh, you met them? You know them? Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know this, but yeah. So, yeah, they finally come together, working together, using their various strengths and traits and qualities and all of those personalities.
New abilities and changes to characters and stuff all seemed okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. Costumes and sets. I think that's it for cast and characters.
While we're still on cast and characters, I actually like the evil guys. They didn't have, like, huge armies like they did in Avengers Assemble when they had, like, all the massive loads of enemies.
Yes.
This one, you had... like 4 evil characters, I think it was, and not other than Thanos. Yeah, and it focused on them. You knew them. They had differences. You could see how they were like their version of the Avengers, and that sort of thing. Exactly, and it gave you time and a little bit of like experience with them. Yeah, so that you know who's who. You know, stuff like that.
They're not so easily like, oh, here's a baddie and just kill him.
Rather than just being another face or whatever.
Yeah. That's why it was, exactly. You got to know a bit more about them, personalities and their fight, like how they fight as well.
There's a good use of all characters, both good and bad.
Yeah. Okay, costumes and sets. Love the costumes again of the new characters and maybe the odd upgrade of the old ones too. Possible cosplay inspo, as we know, I've mentioned it already. And set design too is something that needs to be mentioned. I know, again, much of it must have been green screen, but the sets do look amazing.
There's, for example, there is a picture, like a publicity shot, where it's a couple of the characters. I won't spoil it. It's not a spoiler because it was made public, but standing on a set with a load of green screen behind them. Yeah. But a large portion of the set.
Exactly.
They've done such a good job of blending it all together that the set looks amazing as well.
You know what? It must have been so epic to actually shoot in that environment, to actually be one of the characters, and that's just something that's just going down in history. You played that character in that film. You were there. You made it real. Okay, I'm getting over it. Music and score. Oh my god!
Spot on.
So freaking good.
This comes back to the whole feels and chills.
Said.
Yeah.
So good. You had everyone. You had the theme tunes. You had the hyped up. You took it to another level of the theme tunes. It gave me goosebumps as well. It worked, and it was so good. Like, it's one of those films, Andy. They did a blooming good job. They really did.
They had to. They really didn't. They.
Well, the pressure's on, but people still fail.
After building Thanos up for X amount of films, it's been mentioned in like a good 4 or 5. I think
it could have gone wrong though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It could have. They had to do this really well. Yeah. And as even the music, as you say, is spot on.
Oh, it's so everything just came together, and I believe that. What have you got for music and score? You like it?
I've said it at least twice.
Oh, what did you? Oh, yeah, you did. Sorry.
What does it say?
Spot on.
There you go. ...
exclamation mark. Randoms. End credit scene. You sit in that chair and you wait and you watch. And then you can go. That's fine.
And then you can start blinking again.
Yes.
Because I've got my note is 2.5 hours of non-blinking.
I know. Oh
Don't want to miss anything.
No, you don't. You're not allowed to go to the toilet. You can't leave. You can't cough. Like nothing.
You can. No one's stopping you. But
do it during a loud bit. But yeah, it's just so good. And
feels
I guess
and chills often.
Yeah. Rate is the last section, so I think it's kind of obvious where we're going with this one. Andy, I'm curious, what are you giving it? Don't let me down.
No, go for 10.
Yes! Guess what?
10?
Go for a 10! High five me!
A 10.
Awesome! There you go. Oh my gosh, brilliant. The film is a 10. It way exceeded my expectations. I thought it was going to be a good film. It was beyond great.
It helps that it's not predictable. It helps that I didn't go in there thinking this is going to happen and this happened. They done really well with it.
Yeah. It's chilling, thrilling, on edge, and captured and wrapped up in everything that is going on. It's exhausting, but in a good way. It's such an enjoyable film. You know, it's good highs and lows, laughs and gasps, perfect mix of emotions and journey. And with Andy and I, couldn't even wait till the end of the film, and I already knew that we were going to go see it again. And yes, we have seen it twice, but I think it was we kind of already knew early on, I think, between each other. We hadn't obviously spoken, but because we were so into the film, we didn't talk to each other. But we kind of knew we were going to see it again. But then it came to that like epic moment, and we know what that is. And I just leant over, I was like, we're going to see it again. So guess what? As soon as we finished that film, got in the car, booked our tickets for the following morning. So yes, it hadn't even been like 12 hours and we went to go see it again. That's how good of a film it is. The rating has got 9.1, not disappointing at all. It's high there for a reason, people. So if you've been under a rock this whole time, I don't know what you're doing with your life. You need to get out there. You need to know about these previous films to understand this one, and you need to go see this film.
Can I say one more random note that I've just thought of?
Go for it.
Thank you to Taika Waititi, because he steered Thor in a direction that I've made him a favourite now.
Yes. Yeah.
He's a favourite from Thor Ragnarok, but
yeah,
the way Thor Ragnarok went has made him be likeable. I wasn't overly fond on Thor in the previous films. They weren't great.
He didn't really stand out for me either, and you couldn't really get his personality. But especially now how it comes into Avengers Infinity War, had it been the Thor that we kind of somewhat got from the first two films, it's two, wasn't it? Yeah, it was two films.
And it was in Avengers.
Well, yeah. But it just, I don't know, it just was like, you kind of got a taste of what it could be.
So thank you to him.
Yeah, and then Thor Ragnarok came about, which was a film that we massively loved. We went to go see it more than once. And then, it all came together for this. I love it. Happy bunny.
Good.
Call it a day.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Thanks to Cineworld Festival Leisure Park Basildon for the best experience around.